Part 1. Pallas Athena, 7th Seal 8. 2017, Lionsgate, August 11, 2017. Father, Mother, Life, I call upon beloved Lady Pallas Athena to share with us her message for the 8/8 Lionsgate and the opening of the 7th Seal for humanity. You, dear heart, have made your presence known to me since the 7th of August, and I now fully open to absorb the truth of love from you in this most auspicious shift in timelines of conscious inhumanity, now and in the future. Bless you, dear one. Peter. Dearly beloveds, I am Lady Pallas Athena, and I come today as part of the unfurling of conscience for humanity. I come today not in my capacity as patron of the 5th ray of concrete knowledge with Kohan, Master Hilarion, but within my role and capacity as the Kohan of the 12th ray of the one unity consciousness of Mother, Father, Life, overlighted by the Mahatma, Lord Ardal, and eternal oneness. Within the discourses of the Elemental Grace Alliance, my presence was felt through my beloved divine consort, the Maha Kohan. Today I come at Peter's request to share something with you all that has not openly been shared before within this resonant vibrational force field called the Elemental Grace Alliance. I therefore wish to respectively call upon the entire Elemental Grace Alliance Council and its concentric circles of love, light, and life to join us within this transmission, to those who presently have committed themselves to this divine plan, and to those who may join it sometime in the future of its divine development. Dear souls, allow me to begin by sharing with you something that you are not fully aware of, although your I Am presence are slowly bringing to your inner and outer attention such things. Each of you who are reading or listening to this, you stand at the threshold of the 12th ray, with qualities and virtues of wisdom, devotion, illuminated intelligence, love, power, harmony, peace, equilibrium, creativity, inspiration, magnetism, enlightenment, and one unity consciousness. Your essences of these qualities are now shining forth both individually and as a group, and this is a wondrous and delightful thing to observe. We hear you speak with the tongues of men and women, but walk in the rainbow-hued light of truth. We who direct your steps are lifted with gladness by the courage of your words as you continue to place them into the actions that make up your lives. This we celebrate and rejoice when you break each earthly chain of limitation. With blazing eyes you look inward for the last shreds of bondage and the means to free the heart so that it may all open to all. As a child you trusted the voice within, and you yourselves rejoiced in its exuberance and clarity. You are remembering once again your roots and origins and are regaining the innocence of youth. As you do, you are being carried swiftly and joyfully ever upward as you open the unconditional heart of acceptance. Brothers and sisters, as you cheer and inspire others, know that we endlessly supply you with all means necessary to carry out your divine work here, and all that you need will divinely manifest, as if by magic at each point along the way. Know now that all answers to your questions about your I Am presence and soul self are accessible at this time. No insight or tool is denied you as you remember the fullness of your knowledge and love. So claim your birthright and all inheritance of spirit as you serve to anchor and activate the 12th ray, as our human universal representatives, walking with the dignity and joy of ones who love most greatly. The 12th ray of unity consciousness, or Christ consciousness, is the golden ray of the age of Aquarius, and holds the predominant focus of integrating and transcending the dualities of humanity for the experience of one unity consciousness in this new golden age. Hence the message, dear Peter, about the gold in your dream. The night of August 1st, after your operation on your knee, the 12th ray is the golden ray of divine perfection. So when we told you through this dream to begin your preparation now, it was referring to the preparations needed to enter the initiation of the 12th golden ray, while simultaneously opening the 7th seal from your side of the veil, not only for yourselves individually, but for the whole of humanity. I will ask Peter to include here a full description of this ray in accordance with the teaching and instruction of Lord Melchizedek on how to view and imbue this ray. Thank you, dear one. Peter, this is an extract from the Melchizedek Ambassadors of Light program, set out in the Ray Readings Manual, communicated through Anrita Melchizedek, given to me in 2007 by Anrita, and recently given me permission to share with the EGA group, and it continues this thread. Thus we see that each preceding ray, from the first to the 11th, have given you the gift of immortality through the experience and integration of your sacred contract and life purpose in numerous incarnations. And now you are presented with a ray that holds the highest vibration of Christed light on all earthly rays, and is a combination of all 12 rays with a higher quotient of source light. In Jacob's ladder, the sphere wisdom, or the chakma, relates to the 12th ray of one unity consciousness. Wisdom is described as the great stimulator of the universe, and ancient texts speak of wisdom as illuminating intelligence and the crown of creation. The 12th ray is represented by the magical image of a bearded male figure, a mature male, that is, Lord Melchizedek, seated in wisdom and maturity. You are a divine vessel of light, having integrated dualities inherent on this earth plane into one unity consciousness. And through this magical image, a divine father aspect to your mortal nature is revealed. In the 10th ray of divinity, you have the experience of initially removing the veils of illusion, which continues through the 11th ray of illumined truth. And now the activating of your immortal nature is complete through the removal of all bands of forgetfulness for all time, space, and dimension. Further to this, the illumination and wisdom of the 12th ray presents you with the ability to experience a perfect physical form, the Adam, Lilith, root race, without the experience of death, a gift given only to an enlightened master through the actualization of the 12th ray. At this level, the advanced ascended master gifts are yours to access freely, and you may find yourself suddenly teleporting, manifesting inanimate objects, regenerating the body, shape-shifting, and so on. This ray can be seen as an emanating seed of thought, a Vesica Pisces, creating light and bringing about the flower of life, a hidden mystery to your immortal nature, through the divine emanations of the 12 rays, and the dynamic influence of the zodiac. The streams of thought interweaving through these 12 rays merge in formlessness in the 12th ray. And yet, in contradiction, the form side is experienced in its highest divine aspect through the ability of the 12th ray to give rise to any form. Thus we see a ray that manifests in perfection with the divine, creative endeavors of illuminating intelligence and one unity consciousness. This divine inspiration magnetizes what it needs in form through the emanating seed of thought of Father God as the giver of life, just as Jesus did with the loaves and fishes, the Christ letters. The 12th ray further brings about the divine experience of Tantra, meaning union with God, through its magnificent energy and the right use of your sexual energy. Adding to this magical influence in the integration of the 12th ray, you have the ability to activate the 2 etheric immortal chromosomes within the body, and to create a reality as an immortal being of light. And it is the delight of the physical form, and the magnificence of your physicalness, which may allow you to experience your immortal nature through Tantra. The archetypes related to this ray are that of the Father and Visionary. The Father archetype is representative of the Divine Father and is not related to patriarchal control or domination issues. The Father archetype brings a deeper wisdom and unity conscious focus through lifetimes of experience, and this is expressed very much as the creator energy, or the ability to create and manifest in perfect harmony to all life. This archetype further shines from the sphere of understanding, Bana, and a deep integration of polarities on both the spiritual and physical planes, bringing a perfect balance of the divine masculine and feminine energies, further amplified through the overlighting of Pallas Athena as Kohan to this ray. The visionary or seer knows and expresses all possibilities of light through the golden flame of unity consciousness, and has the gift of creating and manifesting programs of light that will lead all people into the golden flame. The visionary has the gift of knowing and seeing beyond the veils of illusion, and further to this, has the gift of being able to mold and co-create the very fabric of reality. Change is the only constant in the swirling of light of infinite possibilities, and this is further depicted through the image of the Vesica Pisces. Once you have reached the levels of this 12th ray, and it comes into your awareness, it shows a deeply devoted person to the path of illumined truth, and very often a mystery school initiate, who has integrated the highest levels of initiation in parallel realities. This ray may also show a person who is bringing into their reality friends and family from these parallel realities. This is a person who has the gift of manifesting and knows the abundance of the universe, and the ability to shape and create into perfected form whatever is needed in this now. A magnetic personality, this ray reveals a person who is deeply aligned with universal wisdom and the realms of illumined truth, able to bring order and harmony, wisdom and inspiration. This ray may also show a person who is working with their dualities through the deep and devotional embracing of their shadow side and stepping more into their innate power. Further to this ray will assist in bringing through the perfect balance of the divine feminine and masculine archetypes, as well as the magnetization of your divine partner and flame through the aligning of those polarities on the inner plane. This can be upon the physical planes or the inner planes of existence. Pallas Athena. Thank you and bless you, Peter, for sharing this, for indeed it should allow each of you to begin to comprehend more fully what I'm about to share. But before I continue, I wish to say something of the seventh seal. What you have to understand about the seventh seal is that, like most things within the Bible enshrouded in untruth that speak of man's punishment due to his sins, it creates imagery of retaliation, reprisals, and retribution. So unless one is well versed with higher understanding, one will most definitely get caught up in these illusionary falsities. Yet within these presentations there is a profound truth that has the ability to uplift, enlighten, encourage, and transmute all lies into joy-filled and harmonious experiences. The first seal is about divine will, the second seal omniscience, the third seal universal love, the fourth seal epiphany, the fifth seal forgiveness, the sixth seal truth, and the seventh seal grace. So the seventh seal is all about the virtue of grace itself, and as you will know by now, grace can only come after one has fully transmuted and transcended all negative and shadow states of consciousness. Is the Elemental Grace Alliance not all about the opening of the seventh seal? The discourses have all been a divine manifestation to fast-track those whom commit themselves to such transmutations of their own fear-based manifestations and thought, beliefs, and programs. This is all about what I will share in due course, so please remember this paragraph. I asked Peter to underline it for quick reference later, and thank you. In your discourses, grace has been defined as, grace is the breath of the divine. Grace is a presence that descends on humanity, and like all the divine qualities, it requires that one meets it halfway, which for humanity may seem a long way, opening the seal from this side of the veil. This is, after all, a perfected state in which everything about you in your life will be changed permanently. When true grace descends, it wipes out all past karma in a flash. It also wipes out the karma of all your ancestors and all their ancestors. Grace softens and puts an end to fear and leaves you in no doubt about your divinity. If grace touches you, you no longer have your own destiny, but become a musical instrument played by the cosmos. With grace, all human emotion is instantly transformed into love. Through grace, the universe has but one single wish, for you to remember that you are love and there is nothing in you but love. Upon opening the seventh seal, all previous seals merge into the seventh. They all become the one unification of divine consciousness, unity consciousness. In this opening, your atomic bodies that relate to the first six seals merge together into your monadic body, represented by the seventh seal. The seven trumpets mean the merging of the seven layers of the human aura bodies: physical, astral, mental, causal, buddhic, atomic, and monadic. At the collective level, the opening of the seventh seal is the sounding of the human race returning to its original Adam, Lilith, Cadman root race. The opening of the seventh seal is also a time lock that has been waiting for eons for the right resonant vibrational frequencies of the timekeepers to facilitate and engage this opening upon all levels of vibrational frequencies, as well as in all parallel worlds and dimensions. That time has arrived, and you have been a divine part within this evolutionary moment. The seventh seal is now open. However, there is going to be a small amount of time yet to integrate this opening through the 12th ray activation within each soul, and one last activation initiation to take, which I shall share and bring light as we continue with a further introduction to this for you. The purpose of this endeavor is to bring to mankind the law of life, the truth which mankind is applying, might weave into his or her own energies, thus regulating harmoniously all appearances in this world, becoming master of him or herself, and as such master of self, each such one then will be contributing factor to the light of the world. Throughout the ages that have been, the spiritual hierarchy of Sanat Kumara has been dedicated to bringing truth to mankind through whatsoever agencies were available and through whatsoever spirits and souls volunteered to assume the responsibility of sharing the Word of God and that truth into a vibratory action that might be absorbed and comprehended by the masses in each successive generation. Within the Elemental Grace Alliance discourse, my beloved, the Maha Kohan told you this. In the early ages, these individuals and their particular groups of dedicated life streams worked always in the privacy of the great temples of the sacred fire, and the amount of spiritual wealth that infiltrated the mass mind in those ages was determined both by the development and nature of the conductor and the strength and vitality of the force fields which were voluntarily created by the individuals who stood around such a one. This acted both as a magnetic field to draw the truth in the presence of the Master, and as a radiating center through dedicated life streams who were prepared to carry that instruction to the people. So many examples on both sides of the spheres of influence could be mentioned here, but I am sure that you could create your own list. In the previous golden ages, these force fields were well known to the priests and priestesses who officiated in the various temples dedicated to certain specific God qualities, that is, protection, healing, etc. The mass of the people often made pilgrimages to such foci of specialized blessing and benediction, bathing in the full gathered momentum already established there by those dedicated to this service of magnetizing, sustaining, and radiating their gifts of life for the impersonal blessing of all mankind on earth. Again, as we enter the gates of the new seventh golden age of freedom, we are endeavoring to stimulate the desire within the hearts of a few once again to so establish such force fields. Thus, each group becomes a radiating center of certain God virtues, also learning the power of concentration and impersonal service. Mankind, en masse, suffer from many limitations, but the range of possible services is unlimited. Usually in the unascended state, one individual strongly impressed by a desire to help his fellow man will catch a glimpse of one particular service, and then in turn, through the power of influence, inspiration of gentle and unimposing degrees of truth, gather around himself or herself others who are interested in a similar plan. These force fields are likely beautiful flowers upon the surface of Mother Gaia. In time, all disciples of these radiating centers will know what specialized activities are required to magnetize at certain points upon the Earth's surface, and they in turn can and will ask for the assistance of such already established force fields to assist them in other particular local areas of crisis. The purpose of the establishment of such force fields is not to exploit the personality, nor the efficacy of an individual or group, but to so magnetize and sustain certain God qualities so that they are always available free of charge for the use of all, not just those who can pay for such privileges. It is so that the ascended host who offer all their momentum of perfection to anyone, absolutely free and without encumbrance, and the universal progress that results are an act of such selfless service. I wish to once again establish my transmission flame classes upon these principles, which were originally instigated at my humble suggestion, so that the individual force fields might magnetize into their momentum the already gathered cosmic momentum of the Ascended Master retreats. This is done primarily through the inbreathing of the substance of the flame and virtue of the retreat. Then the sincere and selfless disciples, using the magnetizing center of their force field, will expand these virtues into their localities through the expansion and in of their inner breath. Thus, unascended beings can learn and discover a new experience to work with and to expand the service of the ascended master retreats, thus being of benefit to all mankind. Graded radiation is not understood by individuals who provoke or scratch at the capacities of other life streams to draw and condense certain qualities and gifts of the Godhead. However, it must be understood by at least a few to begin, in order to form a proper nucleus for the magnetizing the greatest amount of the law, which is applicable to the conditions which govern the evolution at any given moment, that the magnetic field, which is the sphere of influence, or aura, of every life stream, is a powerful factor in determining the grants by the cosmic law of more than ordinary release of instruction into the lower atmosphere of Earth. The discipline and preparation of the individual units who choose to offer their energies as such a magnetic field will determine how much of the law which we have at our release can be infiltrated through the consciousness of the receiving channels, and then in turn sent forth through the messengers, including the written word to the people. All people are no more ready to hear the deeper truth of life today than they were at the time of Jesus, or of Buddha, or of Krishna, nor are they more ready to act as magnetic fields to draw that powerful concentrated energy, nor to take responsibility through their own I Am presence within a group dedicated to such a selfless and arduous task. That was until now. Time and cosmic law is seen to that. When this is understood by a group of individuals, and I am enabled, through limited karma of those who chose to so avail themselves to create a permanent force field, that is a transmission center or physical retreat, a Christ council or a light radiance community, I can in good conscience release the activities of the sacred fire which, if applied and drawn through the energies of those participating, will be all the proof that is required of the efficacy, effectiveness, value, and proficiency of the practical application of the law. Those incorporating the truth given in the energies of their own bodies will then be well prepared to carry that truth into the world of form. End of excerpt. As a director who sits upon the karmic board of directors, we have deliberated upon this very grant. It has been decided unanimously to offer the Son of Even Pressure Council this grant by the cosmic law of more than ordinary release of instruction into the combined force field known as the Elemental Grace Alliance. I shall repeat, the Karmic Board of Directors is granting the Son of Even Pressure Council a dispensation to once again pass through another ring of consciousness through a more than ordinary release of instructions for the benevolence of humanity, the elemental, devas, and angelic host kingdom, in accordance to cosmic law. This has never been offered before in the history of the human evolution anywhere within any God creation. This grant is due to several different factors of consideration. Due to the pervading times of chaos within human consciousness that has escalated to a level of need, to provide a greater calling for assistance within human existence, to create a more advanced awareness of the qualities of life and freedom of spirit through divine precipitation and the etherealization according to universal law. The continued and sustained commitment and dedication of the disciples of the Elemental Grace Alliance, who have shown beyond any reasonable doubt their unwavering service to this divine plan. There have been several changing dynamics of consciousness within the free will of human choice, once again slowing down the present unfurling and expansion of human consciousness. We refer here to the potentials of war and conflicts. We wish to see an alternative potentiality to occur. The need for greater interaction between human beings on the ground and their divine sponsors. Should you wish to feel into this more deeply, to understand our motives and justification here, I would invite all who are listening to this to revisit the proposals put forward within the Elemental Grace Alliance. These were given for good reason, and some have opened themselves for further discussion and deliberation by you, the Son of Even Pressure Council, hence the beginning of the grant of more than ordinary release of instructions. I shall leave this here for now to ponder over and ask for your due diligence on this at your earliest convenience. And there is more. I, Kohan, Pallas Athena, assumed the office of the Goddess of Truth for this evolution after beloved godmother Vesta evolved into her higher aspects and roles of responsibility. This embodiment of Goddess of Truth is sustained within the etheric temple of truth over the island of Crete. I was one of the first cosmic Vestal virgins under the sponsorship of beloved Vesta, and held the virtue of truth within the electronic belt around the solar sun. This responsibility required me to draw the truth from all ages past, allowing me concrete knowledge, thus my patronage with the fifth ray. I tell you this, dear souls, the conscious cultivation of truth, harmony, peace, wisdom, and balance, the sustaining of divine radiance is never an accident. To understand truth, you must become truth through living in the radiance of whatever measure of purity God has given to you. Expanding it further by conscious effort, you will find at last a thinning of the veil, and eventually the peaceful valley will prove to be no mirage, for you will have entered into the Shangri-La or world of divine perfection, which the Father is. O precious ones, we long for you to feel our feelings, our convictions, our love, and to endeavor to stir within you desire to become that which you can divinely manifest. We would not speak to you on something miraculous which you could not attain, any more than you could tell a child that he or she could accomplish something that was never beyond his or her talent or capacities. That would be incorrect and even cruel. We never present an idea for manifestation which we have not carefully deliberated upon, and for which, with much contemplation and vocation, we have looked over the life streams, chosen for their potential ability to serve our cause. We make our choices. It is a beautiful sight when a being desires to bring forth new movement or a cause, to see that being presented to Vesta and to vest it with the power to bring it forth, and then in cooperation with certain ascended master sponsors to go through the seven spheres and to look at the glory of the causal body and ask for the assistance of certain ones who are prepared. You see, I am the godmother of messengers. Yes, all the messengers that carry the word of truth, no matter how limited its expression, carries part of my life through it. And when the beloved Vesta invests her energy to a life stream, into a cause pertaining to the carrying of truth to mankind, or any evolutionary scheme, then such a one must come to me. Beloved hearts, you have earned the right to come before me, so that I may endow and bestow all my qualities and virtues upon you. Few know of this process, and for good reason. I have shared with you today with the intention to ignite the golden flame of the 12th ray within your hearts. I have come to hold the 7th seal open from both sides of the veil, so that you may have greater capacity to receive the grant of more than ordinary release of instruction into the combined force field known as the Elemental Grace Alliance. Should you accept these offerings and opportunities, discuss the procedure you would all like to embrace, and it shall be given unto you all, both individually and as a group. Thank you for your patience, your dedication, your focus of intention to become the Christed ones that bridge the gaps of consciousness within humanity, and for the elementals, devas, angelic host kingdoms. I am the Kohan, Pallas Athena, in your service, embracing each of you with the mother's love and the joy of life itself in truth. Call upon me once again after you have reached your decision, so we may together proceed with enthusiasm, readiness, and zeal. And so it is.